Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Robert Conley on Robert and Sonia Live. And this evening, we're on the air now. I turned the light on. This evening, we will have an abbreviated show because we are where we want to be right now. Hello. Thank you. Bye. So we are where we want to be right now in the playoffs, and the playoffs we will be playing next Saturday or Sunday. I don't know which day we'll be playing yet because everything is not set in stone yet. Even though we won this afternoon, I didn't see anything to show us what time we will be playing. This is Robert Conley on Robert and Sonia Live on NGSE Sports. Robert and Sonia Live is sponsored by Arena Eats. Log on to the website arenaeats.app for the ultimate fan experience at your favorite sports venue. Arena Eats mobile app, pre-order, express pickup, and in-seat delivery. How do you place your order? So in today, I know that a lot of people were having problems with what was going on today. And to me, there shouldn't have really been any problem about what was going on, what was happening, because what the Steelers wanted, I believe what the Steelers wanted is that we would be playing the Browns again. Hey, Michelle, how are you? We are not going to be doing the runoff today, Michelle. We'll be doing it in the pregame show of the playoffs. We won't be doing it today. So I will bring you on when we do the next show because the other contestant is not available. She's running around doing some things right now. So we wanted to play the Browns again. Why did we want to play the Browns again? Hey, Andre, how are you doing? Why did we want to play the Browns again? Because it appears to me, if I've got this chess tournament right, and I've been saying it's a chess tournament, and people don't understand that while the season is going on, but now that we are here, it's a little easier to understand. The chess tournament starts in the first week of the season. The chess tournament has changed from last season to this season, but the chess tournament is still a chess tournament. It's a little bit harder now to get into the second round of the chess tournament. The Steelers have made it to the second round. What's the second round? The second round of the chess tournament is the tournament itself, the NFL tournament itself, to get to the Super Bowl. In playing throughout the season, the Steelers went 11-0. They pretty much did everything except for clinch the division at that point. Okay, so we were pretty much in the playoffs and were controlling our destiny for once and finally controlling our own destiny and not having to wait for somebody else to do this or do that or do this or do that. So in playing throughout the season, what the Steelers have done quite often is test the waters to see what's going to work and what's not going to work. So the games, as they're being played throughout the season, when it looks like the Steelers are not doing very well, especially in the beginning of the game, when the Steelers are not doing very well, they're pretty much testing the waters and looking to see what the other team is doing defensively and offensively so that they can make halftime adjustments. That's part of the chess tournament. That's part of each and every chess game. So as the game is going on, I know some of you think that I don't know what I'm talking about, but if you watch closely enough and you take, and this is hard, if you watch closely enough and you take your heart out of it and you just watch the game. Okay, you watch this team and you watch that team. Okay, you take your heart out of it. And it's hard because when you're a Steelers fan, it's hard to take your heart out of it. But if you just watch the game, you can see what is going on. The Steelers are checking this. They're checking that. Ben is on the sidelines looking at the iPad and checking things out and seeing what's going on here, seeing what's going on there. Can I make a pass over there? Is this guy outrunning this other guy? What's going on? So as they are checking and playing and trying to see what's going on here and trying to see what's going on over there, it's part of the chess game that they are playing that day. We call it football, but it's a chess game because they need to know when my daughter was playing chess, okay? When my daughter was playing chess, and she played very well, but when she was playing chess, I'm going to give you this little story here. She was in middle school, and there was a chess tournament down at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. They have conference rooms in there. So there was a chess tournament that she was in there. And she went in to play this game, and she came back, and the game was over, and she had lost that game. And so the coach wanted to help her find out where she made her mistake at. It's hard to do, especially when you're going against another brain. So he wanted to find out what she did wrong. And he said, let me see your notation book. And the notation book was about this size right here, okay? And a notation book is the book that you write every move down in, your moves and your opponent's moves. Stay with me here. You write your moves and your opponent's moves down in that notation book, similar to Ben looking at the iPad and seeing what's going on and seeing what the other players are doing and where he might be able to make his next move at. So, excuse me. So when the coach asked her for her notation book, she said, I don't have it. She said, I didn't take it in with me, so I can't give you the notation book. And he looked at her, and he looked at her in an upset way. And he said, so then how am I going to help you with your game? She said, I will tell you every move. And he looked at her again. He said, you remembered every move of the game? And she said, yes. He said, sit down here and let's go over your game. And they sat down and they went over the game. And she remembered every move that was made in that game, in that chess game. And this is why I keep telling you it's a chess tournament that's full of games all through the season. Because it's not what you do in the first quarter. It's not what you do in the second quarter. It's what you do when you walk off the field. You either celebrate or you don't, and you want that celebration to happen. The same with the tournament. Every week it's just a game. And then and then at the end of the games of the regular season, section 1 of the tournament, you want to come out winning enough so that you can get to section 2 of the tournament. The semifinals, if you want to call it. And to get to the semifinals, you had to know how to play those games all throughout the season. And now we're at the section 2, the whatever I called it. You have the preliminaries, then you have the semifinals. We're in the semifinals. The finals would be the one game called the Super Bowl. Okay? 1, 2, 3, different levels. Now, as we go into section 2, the semifinals, we played as well as we needed to play in order to play who we wanted to play, if that were possible, in the semifinals. So what happened today? We set out some of our starters and we played our backups. Now, our backups did a very good job against the Cleveland Browns. Could the backups have won that game? I believe they could have, but they didn't. And so because they didn't, I got to get a drink. Sorry. But because they didn't win that game, what happened was it put the Browns in the playoffs and pushed the Ravens out of the picture. Because you can have no more than 2 teams from a division in the playoffs. The harder team for us to play would have been the Ravens. Now they're out of the picture. And so we will be playing the Browns. And we will be playing the Browns in Pittsburgh. And we will be playing the Browns in Pittsburgh with our starters that are healthy. Hayden may not be back because of him testing positive for the COVID. So what's going on now is the Steelers, looks like, from what I understand, Steelers will be playing the Browns in Pittsburgh next weekend, Saturday or Sunday. I don't know which day. We beat the Browns. We go on to the next level of the semifinals. And then to the next level of the semifinals. You're saying the Ravens are in the playoffs too. Jason, there's only 7 teams to get into the playoffs from each conference. I'm going to need some understanding here because I saw what you're talking about, but my understanding is there are 2 teams from each division except for one. There's a total of 7 teams to go into the playoffs. Explain to me, please, because I don't understand. Explain to me, please, how the North can have 3 teams in the playoffs. Something would have happened to eliminate somebody else, totally eliminate somebody else. So I don't understand. You know what? Do me a favor and send me the link to whatever it is that you saw that says that the Ravens are in the playoffs as well. Because my understanding is there are 7 teams and 2 from each division except for one, and then 1 from that one final division. So I'd like to see what it is that you found. So anyway, it appears to me that we're playing the Browns and we should advance to the next level of the semifinals. What makes it hard is that we didn't get our bye. We didn't get our break as we expected. And so we got a lot of guys hurt, and we will be playing straight through because there's only one team that got to bye, and that is the Kansas City Chiefs. So into the playoffs we go. What I have here, and this is what I saw also, Jason, which is the same thing that maybe you saw. I will go take a look at that. What I saw was number 7 Colts playing the number 2 Bills, number 6 Browns playing the number 3 Steelers, and I saw the number 5 Ravens playing the number 4 Titans, but I didn't believe that that was correct. What you're giving me is saying that maybe it is correct. But I want to see what the NFL chart looks like once that comes out tonight. But I'll still look at your chart when I get a chance. So, so many people had a problem with Rudolph playing today. They didn't believe that Rudolph had the ability to help us win, and we didn't win. But if you watched the way he played, there's one problem that I have with how he plays. When he gets in a hurry, he makes mistakes when he throws the ball. When he gets in a hurry, he makes those mistakes, and that's not good. That's where that interception came from, and that gave them the chance to go down and score again, which they did, and they put them into the position for us to have a hard time catching them and winning. I think Mason looked good as well, and I really wanted to see Dobbs more than we got to see Dobbs play. But he didn't do bad when he came in either. But I just wanted to see Dobbs play more than what he played. So Mason, especially on the long routes, he got the ball out there and the receiver ran up under the ball, pretty much in stride. If it were another 2 yards in front of the receiver, both times they would have been. It had been no problem for the receiver to catch it totally in stride and keep on running. The second bomb that he threw, I can't remember. I think it was to Deontay as well. Deontay had to slow down just a little bit and wound up getting tackled before he went into the end zone. Jason, I think that Dobbs did look more confident. I've always liked him. I just think the Steelers should not have gotten rid of him in the first place. I think they should have kept him and gave him more time on the field so that he could increase his abilities and get better. But they did get rid of him. Then they brought him back. He just hasn't had enough snaps yet. And so if Rudolph can do better under pressure, then he will be a very good quarterback. But he's got to do better under pressure. If Dobbs can get more snaps in, because he looks like he's ready as soon as he comes in onto the field. Dobbs looks like he's ready. Mason takes him a little while, and I understand. I don't know if they get butterflies or not. I'm sure they probably do, but he's got to shake them off faster than what he does. So that's what I saw of the game today. The Juju was Juju catching balls when he needed to catch them and powering his way through where he need to. If he had a good handle on the ball, then he got a few more yards out of it. I still think we should draft another QB or try to get Darnold. So Juju did well. Obviously, number 11 did well also. And there was they let them play more than usual without throwing a penalty flag. That cost us some yardage. It may have cost the Browns some yardage as well, but I know it cost us some yardage because they weren't throwing the flag nearly as much as what they should have been throwing it. Maybe they're getting ready for the playoffs and letting the guys play a little bit more. If the Browns would have been playing dirty football today, that would have been ridiculous. That just would have been terrible. But they weren't. They were doing very well today and staying pretty clean. So we didn't have that problem of the nastiness on the field that happened a couple of weeks ago when we were playing Cincinnati. I think that they should draft another quarterback, see who comes out best. I doubt that it would happen. I don't know. Do you know about Ohio State? Is their quarterback a senior, a junior, sophomore? I don't know. Darnold said he wants to stay with the Jets. Then we won't get him then if he wants to stay there. Thanks, Timothy. Does anybody know about the quarterback? I think his name is Jones for the Buckeyes because he is a very good quarterback. I don't know where he's at, but he'll probably be high in the draft. which means we probably wouldn't have a chance to get him, but that would be a great addition so that we could see what goes on. But then again, some of the guys that come out of the draft can't make the transition to pro ball. Some of the guys just don't make it. They look fantastic while they're playing college ball, but because it's turned up a couple notches when you become a professional, some of them just do not make that adaptation to NFL ball. So we will see what happens, see how well it works out, see who we get in the draft, see where we're at. And but number one, what we've got to do is see how far we can go here in the playoffs, see if we can go all the way. I believe we have the ability. Now that we're here, I believe we have the ability to get there. We all saw today how well our backups were playing. We were playing the Browns' number one guys, as many as they had available. And we saw how well our backups played. And we played typical Pittsburgh ball. We didn't run down there and score in the first drive. We didn't have the lead going into the locker room. But when we came out second half, we did a pretty good job and kept on moving. And like I said, I think we could have won that game if we were trying to win that game. Indy just won. So does that put Indy into the playoffs, Timothy? Derrick Henry on 2,000 yards. Sonia sent me a message. Let me see what I can see, because she's got some personal things that she's doing, but she's sent me a message, sent me a couple of messages here. Says that, here's what Sonia says. The defense, man, especially the front seven, ever since drafting T.J. Watt in 2017, Steelers have finished first in sacks the last 4 years in the NFL. 2017, we had 56 sacks. 2018, 52 sacks. 2019, 54 sacks. And 2020, 56 sacks. So in 4 years, that's 218 sacks. And that added also to the streak. And it's a record now in the NFL books that the Steelers have the longest running streak of games where we had at least one sack. And I think that number is 73 now. But we have the most sacks running in a row right now. Does anybody? Oh, Miami is out and Indy is in. Thank you, Timothy. So what does that do with the Ravens, Timothy? Can you look that up? Titans just took the lead. What does that do with the Ravens with Indy being in? That takes Miami out, but I can't look up the charts and keep on talking right now. So we'll see. And also Tina wants to know if anybody can look it up. Tina wants to know what the score is with the Cardinals. Let me see what this is saying. I can't understand it. They are now the 5th seed. The Indy is now the 5th seed. That would knock the Ravens out. No, that puts them down to the 6th seed. Indy goes to 5. Ravens go to 6 and Browns, no. Okay, so now the difference is the Browns and the Ravens. So it would be the tiebreakers that would knock either the Browns or the Ravens out. But I don't think the Browns can be out because someone please look up the Browns and see, did the Browns beat the Ravens one game, the second game that they played? Let's see if I can find that right quick. Somebody else may find it faster than me. Because if the Browns beat the Ravens the second game, that means that the Ravens are out, which I think that's the case. Because the Browns would be getting in today. Browns or the Ravens have both clinched. Browns and the Ravens have both clinched. The team that got knocked out was Miami. Now everything is set. Steelers play the Browns regardless of who wins or loses. That still doesn't make sense to me, Jason, because it still doesn't make sense to me. But I've got to check this out and see. Sonia would have it pulled up and she would be telling what's going on. But it doesn't make sense to me. Okay. Let me see if I can pull this up so I can take a look at it, because I know for the Browns to get into the playoffs today, they had to beat the Steelers. They beat the Steelers. That put them in. So what you're saying to me, Jason, is that because Miami is knocked out, the Browns and the Ravens both are in. But again, that's 3 teams in one division that would be in, and that's because of the record of their win records. Okay, well, we'll see. I can't tell you. I'm lost on it, because I thought that there was only 2 teams that could get into the playoffs in one division. So what that means is that means that 2 divisions have only 1 team going, if that's the case. That's what that would mean. Miami's 10-6 and the others are 11. I understand that, but the win records didn't matter before if they were tops in their division. For instance, if the top team in our division was 7-6, we would be in the playoffs. Okay, I'm going to have to look this up so I can get an understanding of it, because it's got me messed up here. Okay, I'll have to take a look at it and see. This is Robert Conley on Robert and Sonia Lives on NGSC Sports. Robert and Sonia Live is sponsored by Arena Eats. Log on to the website arenaeats.app for the ultimate fan experience at your favorite sports venue. Arena Eats mobile app, pre-order, express pickup, and in-seat delivery. How do you place your order? So Jason, I looked that up. Only ones guaranteed are the division winners, and wild cards are the next best records regardless of division. Okay, that's understandable. Thank you, Jason. I understand that. Okay, I got it now. Thank you. So now the playoff picture. Okay, since that's happened, since Miami's out, since the Ravens are in, is it still that the Colts are playing the Bills, the Browns are playing the Steelers, and the Ravens are playing the Titans? Can you look that up? Because that's what I have right now of what's going on. And tonight's game is would be the last game of this regular season, and tonight's game is wait a minute. Tonight's game is the Washington football team against the Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia Eagles are 4-10-1. Washington is 6-9. So if you want to watch the last regular season of the game, you can watch that. How good will it be? I think that Washington is going to win with no problem. The Eagles will play a little bit hard, but I think Washington's going to win. Washington's been playing well in the last 5-6 games. So I think that they're going to keep that momentum going, and they would win tonight's game. The scores from this week's, the last games of this week was Atlanta 27, Tampa 44. Cowboys lost their last game today, 19-23. Giants won. Jets lost to the Patriots, 28-14. Close one. Vikings beat the Lions, 37-35. Steelers, you know, that was 22-24. Ravens over the Bengals, 38-3. What happened? Bengals just laid down, right? Bengals just laid down. Dolphins, 56-26, 82 points in that game. Wow. I didn't see that till just now. Seahawks won over the 49ers, 26-23. Rams beat the Cardinals. Is that over? No, that's not over with yet, is it? Yeah, it is. Rams beat the Cardinals 18-7. Colts 28-14 over the Jags. Right now, Titans over the Texans. It's not over with yet. Looks like it's in the fourth quarter. Broncos are in the fourth quarter, 31-24 over the Raiders. I thought the Raiders were going to get into the playoffs this season. I'm not sure if they're out of it or not right now. But 31-24 over the Raiders. Chargers beat the Chiefs, 38-21. Chiefs probably didn't have Mahomes or the other star players in either because they didn't need to have them in there. Bears lost. Looked like the Bears were coming back. They got beat by the Packers, 35-16. Bears had to win that in order to be in. Saints won 33-7 over the Panthers. And then we have tonight's game that's coming up, Washington football team against the Philadelphia Eagles. Only games guaranteed. Let me see. I think those are the matchups. Thank you, Jason. Michelle's going for the Eagles tonight. Dalton threw an interception and end zone with the game on the line. Okay. And so that's what killed the Cowboys game. Thanks, Timothy, because I wasn't watching. So in the game that we had for the earlier game, for the Steelers game, we had a tie between two people. And the score came out to be 46 was the combined total. And Michelle Martinez and Marianne Fisher were the winners at 46 each. So we had a two-way tie, and we're going to have a playoff in the first playoff game that we're having. We're going to have a runoff between those two on the pregame show for the playoff game when we play the Browns next week. Texans and the Titans are now tied. Thanks, Timothy. So what they are going to get is you know what? I think I have a couple of the designs for these T-shirts. Let me see if I can go find them so that you can see what they look like. Let me see if I can pull one or two of them up because they are totally customized T-shirts. You will be able to design your own T-shirt so that you can have a totally customized shirt. I'm trying to find them now because it's not a shirt where each person would be able to have a shirt that somebody else has. It's a shirt that you will be able to have yourself as a customized shirt. So here's one of the designs. Here's coming up one of the designs. Okay. That would be one that somebody could have. So you can design your own t-shirt. That would be going on the back of a t-shirt, and on the front, either left or right breast pocket area would be the logo of Robert and Sonia Live. So whatever you want to put on the back, as long as it's clean, would be able to go on the back of the t-shirt. It would be your choice, like I said. So once you become a winner, then you'll be able to have one of those t-shirts. Now, for the playoff games, there's still going to be a, you know what? For the playoff games, the prize is better. The prize for each of the playoff games is a sweatshirt, a personalized sweatshirt. For the conference championship game, the prize is a small collection of Pittsburgh Steelers on the front of Sports Illustrated. That's what the winner will get for the conference championship. For the Super Bowl, the winner will get a customized sweatshirt and also a small collection of NFL players on Sports Illustrated magazines. So they are collector's items. So the prizes going through the playoffs are better than the customized t-shirt. And then the prizes for the division championship and for the Super Bowl are even better. All right. So you want to be here if you want a sweatshirt for winning in the, not winning, for that you could win in the championship games, in the semifinals of the Super Bowl, the playoffs. This is Robert Conley on Robert and Sonia Live. 4 seconds left. Titans getting ready to kick a field goal for the win. So the Titans win. Does that change anything with the playoff picture? I do not have the chart in front of me. If the Titans win, they're already in. Let's shuffle the games around is what it could do. Could shuffle the games around. Hey, Scotty, how are you doing? There were 2 winners that tied this afternoon with the game, and they will come on next Saturday or Sunday, depending on when we play, in the pregame show for the runoff, the tiebreaker. So I said this would be a shortened show. Titans win. They win the South. Okay. So I'd like to see if you find it, Timothy or Lamar. I'm sorry, Jason, if you find it, or if Timothy or Scotty, if one of you guys find it, let me know if that's going to change the playoff picture. Thank you, Michelle. We want to have a good time here. We want to have fun. We want everybody to be happy. We want to enjoy what we have going on. What I'm going to be doing is I have 2 different things going on here with the Steelers. I have 2 different things going on here. I have the Steelers podcast, Robert and Sonia Live. I also have what some of you have seen is called the Classy Steeler Divas, right? The Classy Steeler Divas. And with the Classy Steeler Divas, it doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter if you're big, if you're small, if you're black, yellow, red, or white. It doesn't matter. What matters with the Classy Steeler Divas is that you have to have a good heart And in having a good heart, you can become a classy Steeler diva. And this year, I am going to be doing what I can to make this Classy Steeler Divas and Robert and Sonia Live a bona fide business where there's going to be other things going on. Okay, so as I work this and try to make it better, then you will be able to see different things going on. Hopefully, that's going to make this a better show for you, as well as a better magazine for Classy Steeler Divas. Classy Steeler Divas right now is a Facebook magazine that's on Facebook. But if I can do what I want to do, then the website for Classy Steeler Divas on Facebook is going to grow, is going to look a lot better than what it looks right now, as well as Robert and Sonia Live. Okay, Robert and Sonia Live, we can do a better job. We can do a better job for you. We can do a better job for us. And in doing so, we may be able to secure some other advertising besides what the network has provided for us to do, like Arena Eats. These photos that I'm showing you are Classy Steeler Divas that are currently Classy Steeler Divas. And I expect that this year, I will be able to do more interviews, hopefully live interviews with Classy Steeler Divas, and turn it into a show as well. Just as Robert and Sonia Live is a show, I would like to turn Classy Steeler Divas into a show where I'm doing live interviews with Classy Steeler Divas. Classy Steeler Divas, as I said, are basically what we call average women that live a life as you and I live every day. They're not models. They just do what it is they have to do to maintain their lives and be able to be a Classy Steeler Diva. Because in this world that we live in, we think that a woman that is a model is the ideal woman that people want their woman to look like if they're getting married, or their mom or their sister, or their daughters. Well, no, that's not the case of what really should be going on. That's not reality. And so what we have with Classy Steeler Divas are Steelers fans, Steelers women with beautiful hearts. Women with beautiful hearts. Okay, that's true beauty, are women with beautiful hearts, men with beautiful hearts. That's what the Classy Steelers are. Classy Steeler Divas are. Let me say it this way. We fans like the Steelers to win. The way the Steelers win is through our fan base liking the family status of the Pittsburgh Steelers. We all are fans, but the Steelers are the team of players along with the staff. And so a family thing, the way that it's a family thing is through beautiful hearts, wanting things to be good for everybody, wanting things to be good for everybody. And so with us doing that, and with me putting together the Classy Steeler Divas, they are Steelers fans with beautiful hearts as well. What Sonia has sent me a message, I think. I don't know if she sent me anything else. No, nothing nothing there anyway. Let me see if there's something else. No, that's it. So when you get a chance, go to Facebook.com/Classy Steeler Divas, so that you can see what's going on there and what give you an idea that we are going to, or I'm going to make it a better place so that you can go there, not only see the Classy Steeler Divas, but see Steelers articles and see Steelers videos, to turn it into a bona fide magazine, as well as some advertising. That's what I plan on doing with the Classy Steeler Divas this year. And the same with Robert and Sonia Live, is putting advertising on the page, putting more videos, more articles, and showing you, the fans, more of the Steelers and giving you a more professional look. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about us being able to have it, build it, make it better, make it nicer for you. And in doing so, the prizes that you have been winning, if I can do what I want to do, the prizes will get even better. Okay, because turning it into a real business and not just a hobby, and selling advertising means that I can buy better prizes to give away on the show. I want to work it up so that we will be able to get to the point where I would love to pick someone up again and take them to a Steelers game. It was so good last year when I picked up Lisa and Charlie and took them up to Pittsburgh for the Pittsburgh Cincinnati game. They just loved it so much. I love doing that. I love being able to help somebody out when I can. One day can interview you. That's a possibility, Michelle. Christina says, if you bleed black and gold, then heck yeah, you are the best. I love that, Christina. Chiefs get the bye, Colts at the Bills, Browns at the Steelers, and Ravens at the Titans. Thank you, Timothy. Christina says, at SteelersCougars.com as well for older women. Christina, I have older women here with Classy Steeler Divas as well. I think the oldest woman that I have on Classy Steeler Divas is probably in her mid to high 60s. That's my guess, because I don't know everybody's age, but I believe that mid to high 60s. The Classy Steeler Divas, it's not your age, it's not your weight, it's not your looks, it's not your skin color, it's your heart. Okay, it's your heart. That's where Classy Steeler Divas are, at SteelersCougars.com. That doesn't sound like a family site, Christina. It doesn't sound like a family site. So Steelers are in. We're going to be playing the Browns. I expect I'm going to try to be over in Pittsburgh next weekend, because I'm going to be restarting playing Baccarat again. I'm a professional Baccarat player. I'm going to be restarting playing again professionally, and I'm going to start next weekend. So there's a good possibility that I will be in Pittsburgh playing there next weekend. And if so, I will show you what's going on around the stadium, if anything, because chances are, unless the weather is really, really bad, there will be some tailgating going on. That's my guess. So I will bring you, and I will be talking to you live from around the stadium next week. I'm going to try to get over there because I'm going to be playing Baccarat again. Let me give you the website if you want to take a look at it, where I play Baccarat. The name of my company is Mansion Club. My system and me playing is Double Cash Daily. Okay, that's my playing name is Double Cash Daily. And like I said, I play professionally. When I play professionally, I'm not only playing for myself, I'm playing for other people. And these other people I play for make money. And so that's where I'm at right now. I'm going to restart next week. And if you're interested, there's the website right there, or send me a message, because I can help you make more money than what your investments are making right now, if you have any investments. Okay, that's just send me a message if you're interested. Thanks. Now I understand. Yes, Christina. Yes. If you look it up. Okay, so I'm going to get off here now. All right. This is Robert of Robert and Sonia Live on NGSC Sports. Robert and Sonia Live is sponsored by Arena Eats. Log on to the website arenaeats.app for the ultimate fan experience at your favorite sports venue. Arena Eats mobile app, pre-order, express pickup, and in-seat delivery. How do you place your order? So I will be back. Maybe Sonia will be back as well for the playoffs. Sonia's having some family things going on right now. She has a broken heart right now because of the family situation that's going on. So hopefully she'll be able to be back next week with me for the first playoff game and through the playoffs. And we really like when you give your opinions, when you give us information, when you make comments, and we will like when we can bring you on here as well. Thank you, Michelle. Their family needs it right now. Thank you. So we will be back on Saturday or Sunday, whichever day we're going to be playing for the pre-game show. All right. This is Robert.